Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on another N63 car. Just basically the car that replaced my 550. This is an M550 G chassis car. It is here for Downpipes. So yeah, it's a completely stock car. So Downpipe's going to be its first mod, and then I believe we're going to flash it afterwards. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to install this stuff. So first things first, engine cover should just pop off, and then start removing the intakes and disconnecting those O2 sensors from the clips. Alright, now that the intakes are off, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect these O2 sensors fully. So unscrew them off, take these PCV lines off just so they're out of the way and I don't break them. Then take off this big heat shield itself. I believe this heat shield has a bunch of E8 bolts. Right there's one, two, and I believe there's one over here somewhere. There should be one tucked in here somewhere, and then the same on the other side, and then I believe there's even some on the back. But yeah, just pay attention to where there is bolts. Alright, so like I said, you didn't have to fully unbolt these. I don't know if I did say, but these E8s, you don't have to fully unbolt them, just loosen them, because all the shield does is slide into it. So yeah, loosen those, it slid right up. It usually has a bolt there, but this car didn't have it because was previously worked on. Now I see there's where they remove those rear heat shields. There's an E8 like right there, and I believe there's one under the car that I have to get from underneath. But yeah, now we gotta go remove those heat shields. Alright, now that we're at the bottom of the car, you can see that E8 there. That's part of the one I'm talking about that they removed for the heat shields. And then on this side, it just slides into that little thing. That thing, you just move the heat shield over and slide that little ball like thing there out of it. There's usually a bracket here. There's none here, but there's a bracket there you should take off, and it's pretty similar on the other side. There's that E8 all the way up there, right there, and that bracket right there. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that next. Alright, so once you have all that stuff out, you should be able just to get these heat shields off. Oh, you know what? I put a T30 right there. So I gotta take that T30 off, then I can slide these heat shields up and out. Okay, I slid out the rear heat shields. I mean, you can just, they're bendable a little bit, you know, so you can really just tug on them and they'll come out. And next, I'll unclip the secondary O2s. These you don't have to take them off of the downpipe itself. I'll just follow the wire and then just unplug it from here. Same thing on the other side. Then after that, I'm gonna start doing these brackets here, up here, and I'm gonna unbolt it from here also. Same thing on the other side. Once those are off, V-bands, and hopefully we'll start snaking these things out. All right, now just time to loosen the clamps on these downpipes themselves, and that technically should be it. I may have to just really finagle these things out, because I know the brackets down there have like studs on them, so we have to take this, like rotate the downpipe to take them out of the studs and then pull up. Hopefully I don't have to pull the cowling out, because that might be in the way when I start lifting. Hopefully it isn't, because I ain't trying to take all that out. All right, so I just went on the bottom. I took off the brace that the exhaust has. I sprayed a bunch of WD-40 where the downpipes connect to the exhaust, and that was enough for me to just yank on the exhaust and then basically sit it out. So technically this should come up already. So they are loose and coming up already. Now I just need a finagle them out. I feel like getting caught on something. I need to go under again. So, I think I'm gonna take off one of the heat shields, or not heat shield, I don't know what you would call them. This cover right here is blocking the downpipe fully getting out. So there's a bunch of, there's these 10 mils here, there's one, there's three of them, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna remove those and then I'll get back to tugging these things out. All right, so I took these out, you see? These have 3 bolts here, 1, 2, 3. They were in here, like I showed you, and I took them out. Hopefully now I can take these downpipes out. And yep, look at that, right out as soon as you take those off. All right, so now they're fully out, all that space to work on. Right now I'm gonna drop the exhaust the rest of the way, but only because we're also doing something else on this car. But if you guys are not doing anything, you could just start putting the downpipes back in. And I'll probably just pick up the video once I'm in that point. So yeah, I'll get back. You guys will see me in a bit right now. All right, so these are the new downpipes. I'm about to put them in. I'm gonna put them in without the O2s, because I feel like I was kind of struggling taking those cats out with the O2s. They're hitting the back of the firewall. So I'm gonna put these without the O2s, and once they're in, then I'll screw the O2s in. But yeah, time to put these new ones in. That should be easier since they got no brackets, and technically they're thinner because they don't have the cat in it. So yeah. Alright, so downpipes are fully in. I tightened the clamps all the way, but then I backed them out a little bit. As you can see, it's loose. Because I'm probably gonna loosen the clamps again. So when we line up the exhaust, I can wiggle this a little bit and make sure everything lines up and slides into the exhaust on the bottom. Now I'm also gonna put these in already, those shields that I had took out. That I had taken out for the stock heads because they weren't fitting. But yeah, as you can see, it goes right there. And I just need to bolt it on. Same thing on the other side, because then these bolts are for the heat shields. Alright, so downpipe side in, these O2s are in. I took them off the stock ones. These are tight. And now I'm putting these rear heat shields in. And then I'm gonna start by putting in the bolts loosely, then the actual cover on top, and then yeah, just reverse order. Alright, so I got the rear heat shields in, bolted it down there, and on that other side I bolted that T30 all the way down there. For this one here, the bolt was seized, so we had to cut it off. Right now I just have it zip tied together. Now I'm just gonna put the top one and then the O2s that go up here, and then all the PCV, and then intake. All right, so I kind of didn't pick up the camera for a bit, but intakes are on, downpipes are in, all the heat shielding is in, O2s are in. That's pretty much it. I mean, I just gotta route these lines back where they go, and then the install is done. You just gotta reconnect the back of your exhaust if you haven't done that. But right now I'm also gonna change the air filters on this car. Customer has those, so I'm gonna do that. But next clip is where I'll show you guys the rest of the exhaust fully on, and I'll record us starting this thing. But yeah, for now I'm gonna do what else I have to do to this car, and then once I catch up to where the next clip will match up with this install, I'll pick it up there. All right, so the car is fully back together, exhaust is fully on. Right now we are flashing it to its stage 2 that you can do now. These cars usually need downpipes, and you can go straight to stage 2. So I'm gonna put the camera down here, so when it is ready to start, we can get a sound clip.